every villain in this water droplet of a planet doesn't always start off evil. Some of them maybe had abusive parents, were bullied, lost an Among Us game. Every villain has a catalyst, but what ultimately makes someone a villain is that they believe that they don't have a purpose. And we're going to witness this musical take place in a very sad comic, and that's the Joker Asylum 2 Killer Croc One-Shot. So the story starts with an interviewer and Killer Croc, whose real name is Waylon Jones, and Testicle Chin over here is asking a bunch of questions in hopes of rehabilitating him. So he decided to talk about how he grew up ugly, how he had a condition, had an alcoholic aunt, who he was left with thanks to his coward of a father, and after that gloomy and loomy spiel, the straw that broke the camel's pelvis is when he brought up his mother's death, and that was enough for him to let loose. But it didn't matter. Lala Crocodile over here is tied to some chains, and he's never going to get out of this Mr. Beast challenge. So after hearing this, Croc deep throats his whole hand, bites it off, and escaped the shackles, and after leaving behind a trail of dead bodies and escaping, Commissioner Gordon and Batman went to go do some detective hunting and decided that they should look through the sewers. But it turns out he wasn't in the sewers, but instead, he had a little beauty nap in a random goober's home, whose name is Edgar Mason, and he's trying to be friends with Croc because he believes that he and his wife can benefit from his bulging muscularity, and in return, they'll keep Croc safe from anyone who hurts him. And he especially obliges when his wife named Juliette sees him every day to take care of him and feed him food. So he's basically getting the mother and father treatment he never had. But it was time for this baby Croc to man up and start helping this couple out, and he does it in amazing fashion by putting on his Met Gala outfit and killing some goons for Edgar. Because if you can't get the memo, Edgar is a crime boss trying to get money, and with those gold doubloons, he bought a new house and practically welcomes Croc into the family. But things start to get contentious for these Care Bears because during a meeting with other crime bosses, Edgar just tossed his wife out of the room, and he basically said that all the money that these guys make, he's gonna take part of it, and they were not happy to hear this. So out of fear, this cupcake tells Croc to kill them all, which he did immediately. But flash forward in time, Edgar and Juliette were not seeing eye to eye anymore because Juliette has been coming home late recently and told him that he just likes being with Croc more than with her. But he doesn't care and orders Juliette to stay from now on or there will be consequences. And this really hurts her because during a conversation with Croc, she said that it feels like to be a prisoner in this home, which is very ungrateful by the way, and that she's starting to miss this guy that she was close friends with a long time ago. So after hearing this, Croc decides to let Juliette see him, which Edgar is furious about and tells him to go look for her, which he did. But here's the thing, this piece of scum Juliette is baiting Croc for a new boyfriend to shoot at, but for some reason he chose to walk away. So they decide to switch tactics and have the new boyfriend clock her in the eye so that way she could fool Croc into thinking Edgar was the one who hurt her. And unfortunately for him, he fell for the bait, and this piece of rotten cheese and sour pickled onion is finally going to see Edgar get killed, which Croc did on sight. And when Juliette was acting all flabbergasted like a Razzie winning actress, she told Croc to rip the safe out with all of his cash, which he did, but immediately got shot by the new boyfriend. But the thing is that he should have kept shooting at him, because after being betrayed, Croc tossed the safe door and sliced up his neck. And now Juliette wants to be all kind and friendly and suck the scaly meat scepter of Killer Croc just to calm him down. But that was not going to happen, because after losing his mom, being ugly, having a coward father, an alcoholic aunt, and two selfish donkeys who he thought would be family betrayed Croc for their own personal gain, Batman finally finds him just kneeling in front of a pool of blood after killing everybody and begging to just go back to prison because the outside world is just not for him. Killer Croc just doesn't have a purpose. And that's about it. Subscribe and I'll see you later.